Is he possessed by a demon? Is he a host of some ancient demonic curse that a cult has created? Is he a Cenobite, which apparently was a proposed plan at some point for Michael Myers' lore? Or is he just a man that's completely unhinged, deranged, and fueled by nothing but anger and pure willpower? Is Michael Myers unkillable? Well, let's take a look. He survived getting blown the hell up. He survived being shot to death. He survived getting decapitated, stabbed multiple times. The only time we've seen him dead is when they put him into a shredder and his entire body was completely obliterated from the top down, to the point where he was nothing but blood pudding. But even then we know that there's another Halloween movie coming at some point, even though this is technically the end. We know that this man's gonna find a way out. He keeps coming back. But it's not like Jason from Friday the 13th. It's a bit different. We gotta understand, is this a human person? Let's ask that question. Yes, in my opinion, he is still a human. All right? Is he possessed? Not technically, no. Not in the way we conceive of the term possession. When we talk about possession, usually in horror movies, we're talking about demons literally going inside, people possessing them, taking them over, deadites, that type of shit. You have to change your conception of what possessed truly damn means. Freddy and Jason, I've made videos exploring the theories that Freddy is a Cenobite and Jason's a Deadite. Now, I truly believe these things. I think a lot of their powers correlate with those two beings. Now, a lot of people are mad at this because they just want these two to be their own entity, but I think it makes sense. Michael, however, he's not tied to any of these lores. Even this whole shit about him being a Cenobite, no. That doesn't make any sense. Michael's a different breed completely. He's not tied to anything. In order to understand what Michael Myers is and why he's almost impossible to kill, you have to understand something. When we talk about Michael, like the Shape, that code name that we give him the nickname, the Shape, he's called the Shape, right? Maybe the Shape isn't just a term that we can use to describe the man, but something that exists within him and outside him at the same time. Think about this. You're in a place that's crowded with a lot of people. They're all happy, enjoying themselves, having fun. And you're the only one that's not. You feel detached, cold. You can't feel what they're feeling. You don't understand why they're so happy and why they're willfully blind to everything around them. You think they are bots, sheep, mob mentality type shit. I can't be the only one who sometimes gets into these moods. I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about. I can't be the only one. Okay? I'm not saying I'm depressed. I'm just saying you don't have to be a depressed existential nihilist to feel this. Sometimes this is just about logic. You don't understand why they're happy in this reality. You can't relate to them on any level. You feel like you're not one of them. You feel like everything is fake. And there's something underneath all of this fakeness. You feel like everyone's putting on an act and there's something bubbling underneath the surface. What if I told you that there's a threshold created by humans since the beginning of time, okay? A threshold in which they put on a performance and underneath it they have denial, lies, secrets, and pain that they're brushing under the surface. And because of this happening over a period of time, something is created. Something manifests from this uncovered fear that's buried down. Almost like a formless force, an entity. Neither science or the spiritual can describe what this metaphysical force is, this presence. But it's been there since the beginning of humans' creation. It was there during Adam and Eve when the first lie was told, when the first performance was made, when the first glimpse of happiness while burying something dark deep down happened. The ignorance of fear and pain by the masses lends way for a space between spaces where a certain presence lies dormant. And this presence looks for a vessel. He doesn't need a vessel to exist, but he'd like one. One that's interesting enough. One that is the extreme version of that detached person in a community filled with all happy people who are just living life, living like bots to them. It needs a child that is stillness. A child that represents the most detached being one can be. And that perfect vessel is none other than Michael Myers as a child. This is not possession. It didn't go into Michael and just start controlling him and now Michael's gone. No. That's not what's happening here. This is not that kind of possession. He occupies Michael, but in a different way. He inhabits him like gravity inhabits a black hole. Okay? And the perfect storm happened on that night in 1963 or whenever it was. A cold, fractured home repressed family trauma, and a holiday built around masks and facades, where this child felt fundamentally detached from everything to the point where he was willing to kill his own sister. That is where this being slipped in. It slipped in like a shadow underneath a bed. The child is no more now, because Michael and the being have become one. This isn't like, oh, the demon's just taking him over. No. This is not a dead eye goes into a body, or you're just chosen by demons. No. This is not that. An existential force built by repressed human trauma, repressed darkness, facades. It slips into the one person that feels the same way. Remember, Michael Myers killed his sister. What did she do? Apparently she froze when he did it. Some people think she froze because she was surprised, completely shocked by the man who was doing it to her. But no, when she froze before he killed her, I believe she saw something in his eyes. The fusion, the binding between this existential entity and Michael Myers. And the shape loves this mask. This mask, because this mask represents more than just what Michael is. It represents no identity, no goal, just a shape to carry out pure animalistic, pure primal violence. That's what this entity is. It's not demon, it doesn't work for Satan, it is not there for God, it's not an angel, none of that shit. It just simply exists. And so does Michael. Michael's killing everybody. We can't understand it. Trying to understand it will drive us insane. And the beautiful part about this is, it doesn't possess Michael. It simply endows him with abilities to keep him going, to keep him moving. Think about all the Halloween movies, even the worst ones. Think about Rob Zombie's Halloween. The visions Michael sees, you could say that's repressed trauma. That's his childhood in the afterlife speaking to him. I believe that this is the shape, that entity, guiding him. It guides him to kill. The Cult of Thorn. Think about it. They were trying to do this host shit, where they were trying to possess hosts to be killers and shit for some blood ritual shit. They serve this entity. They've known about this thing, this force, for a while now, and they think they control it because they conceive of it as like some kind of demonic entity that they can make deals with. That's not what this being is. They fundamentally misunderstood what this creature is. You can't control it because it's not like a demonic thing you can worship or speak to. It doesn't work like that, and they underestimated it to the point where it backfired on them. Michael nukes all of the people in this cult too, because they tried to take this being, and put it within host. This being only wants one host. That man is Michael Myers. He doesn't care about these other. He doesn't care about this cult shit. And the cult underestimated what this being truly was, and they underestimated how strong the link between it and Michael was, because Michael is the perfect host. Only Michael can be this kind of killer. In Halloween Ends, this nerd, this dork, tries to take the moniker from Michael and be a Michael Myers type killer. Look what happens to him. This dork gets shot. Good riddance. These two characters were terrible. These two characters are shit. That movie was shit. But Michael comes and takes the mask back, puts it on. I believe the shape wouldn't allow for any other killer to exist but Michael, because only Michael can be that guy. Now, granted, Michael does get killed and beaten in a kitchen fight and then killed afterwards. This movie was terrible. Horseshit. Brutal fight. I gotta say that. This fight was brutal, but horrible movie. Think about Laurie Strode. Michael keeps going for this girl. I believe it's also the shape that wants her dead too. Because think about Laurie. Because of her history with Michael, she's the only one in the town who knows about this threat. She has awareness of the existential danger that Michael poses, that he'll keep coming back. And she lacks fear the most out of all these idiots, all these townsfolk who are blissfully unaware. And then when they are aware, they're all shit themselves. The entity both is interested by her and also wants her gone because of it. Someone like her cannot exist because it will fundamentally ruin the cycle that this entity wants to continue. How do you kill someone like Michael Myers, who is endowed with abilities to be a tad bit more durable and just not die, really? Because this existential, universal force decided, you know what? He's the perfect one. You could think about him like the Void, what the Void is to Sentry. But this is not, you can't really say that because this is not a cosmic parasite type thing. This is not that kind of story. It's not this cosmic Lovecraftian being who decides, oh, I want to go into this man and cause havoc and destroy the world. This is not, that's very a simplistic way of looking at this. This is some kind of, you could say this is Lovecraftian, but this is a being you can't even understand, you can't illustrate, you can't draw him, you can't write him, you can't even name him. All we know is it takes a shape of whatever it deems worthy, and it deemed Michael Myers worthy. That should tell you how unhinged Michael Myers is. So how do you kill this dude? Zaffy, how do you kill him? The truth is, I don't know. I don't know. Okay? Look, you need to not fear him, and you need to be aware of him. Those are two things you need off the bat. You can't be an idiot, okay? And that's the other thing. You need IQ. Most people, especially in that last trilogy, they're so low IQ. They're so stupid. They keep letting this idiot get away. They're rich. They're morons, and the entity loves this. The shape loves this. It loves how blissfully stupid humans are. That's what powered it in the first place. They do pretty much kill him by eradicating his entire body. This would be the way to do it. Finally, you guys did something smart and decided to take this guy's body and completely eviscerate it. That's what you need to do. But if he comes back somehow from this, dude, our job gets a lot harder because this is beyond what we know. You need to freeze this guy's body, Jason X style. Put him in some cryo sleep shit. Bury him 12 feet underneath a lab of concrete as well. Put some slab of concrete there. He ain't Superman. Keep him buried in and keep that shit preserved. Put some ritual powder around it too if you need to. We need to keep this dude where we know he is. If you kill him, there's a chance that he'll just be brought back. There's a chance that this motherfucker won't die. So don't try to kill him. Just preserve his body somewhere where he can't get to anyone. If he finds a way to dig his way up through concrete and dirt and all that shit, I don't know what to do. Just nuke him at this point, or summon the Smile Demon. Let's hope the Smile Demon can make this dude off himself every time. Oh shit, that wouldn't work either, because he'll just come back. And I don't even know if the Smile Demon would work on Michael Myers in the first place. He might be too unhinged. I will have to make a whole other video fleshing out how we kill Michael Myers, okay? That's just a fact. If you want to know how to kill the Smile Demon though, I know how to do that. Watch this video here.